My fellow Canadians, my name's Jeff. Um, it's it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Daylight Saving Time. I am feeling absolutely sick to my stomach uh, with what's going on in our country, the country of Canada, country I was born in almost 60 years ago. Um, I just caught some before going to bed, and maybe I shouldn't have. I caught some news from an outlet south of the border uh, that is sharing with the American people just what um, the the people in Ottawa, headed by a certain individual, is doing or planning to do in our country, to our country. Um, like I said, I'm sick to my stomach. It is now April, just after, beginning of April. We are now a year and a couple of months into this. Uh, well, I'm just going to call it, it's a reset. Um, things are changing. We are in the game of our life right now. And um, we are up against, you know, some a total Italianarianism. Is that right? Did I say that right? Again, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. uh, that as we all know, um, is causing some serious uh, and maybe unrepairable damage um, to this beautiful, glorious, great, vast country of ours. I mean, it's just sickening to me that we have, seniors and veterans, homeless people that um, are being shunted off to the side. The numbers of homeless people have, skyrocketed in the past year because of, the powers that be figure that, it's a good idea. And it's becoming apparent that we're going to increase the number, what this person said south of the border was 400,000 migrants into Canada in the next 8 months. 400,000 migrants into Canada in the next 8 months. Plus even more, the plans are for more. We have people losing jobs. We have people who are hungry enough already. Um, I don't know. I mean, I have my own opinions, my own ideas, but I mean, you begin to share them, and all of a sudden you become censored, and then you get marked for let's watch this person, you know, you know, um, it's praying for the country is seems probably, really the only thing that we can do, because it does, when we stand up, when we have peaceful protests, people are arrested, people are fined, people are, what happened to, the right and the freedom to disagree what your government is doing? What happened to that? Um, total Italian area. I can't even say it. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Authoritarianism. It's just become absolutely ridiculous. I thought that, I thought the person who's in power now, I thought his dad was bad, but this guy really takes a cake. Um, I mean, obviously, liberal, we thought, I'm pretty sure, a lot of people thought liberalism was okay, but now we're really seeing the true, the true colors of liberalism. Um, and, we got sucked in the last election. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the first election he had, everything seemed to be cool, but once he got that second mandate, then it's just been, you know, it's just been a catastrophe. Um, they've just raised himself, given himself another raise. Like, what kind of government, what? And again, it's like I said in another uh, video. It's our political system. It is our political system that is corrupt. Um, it doesn't, again, everybody whines and complains. It just doesn't seem to matter who gets into power, which party gets into power. That's the issue. It's the party system. You know, it's no longer the grassroots that have any say. You know, you know, they take more and more of our taxes, and but you know they want more of our taxes, when in fact it's actually, big farm, it's all big money that's doing all the talking. It's so, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, so it really doesn't matter what we the people want or need. It's big money, um, and it's, you know I don't know. And I think, our the people that immigrated to Canada, 3, 4, 500, 2 to 300, 400 years ago, they ran away from that stuff. You know, they ran. That's why they came to Canada, to get away from that stuff. And here we have allowed it to rear its ugly head again. Because, you know, we're here, the government will take care of you. Well, now we're seeing, no, we've noticed this the last number of years. The government isn't here to take care of us. They're here to take as much money as they can, and make people feel better. Um, and it's just, and for those that have, worked their tail off and busted their rear ends in their businesses, not, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm so sorry for all you people that, that have lost your livelihoods. Um, you know, and it's just, you know, it, there are just no words. There are just no words of the pain and suffering that, the majority of Canadians are going through right now. Because it's the majority of the Canadians that are hurting and suffering, not the minority. You know, The minority seem to be doing just fine, thank you very much. And the minority are the power elites. You know, it's you know, so I'm not sure what it's going to take. I'm I mean, it's just short of an armed revolution. It's just like I thought the governments keep imposing all these lockdowns, um, you know, to curb this whatever it is now. Um, I'm serious. Like, maybe we should just take, the bull by the horns, you know, and just have a nationwide lock sit down. You know, just stay home. Don't spend your money. Don't go anywhere. I mean, like gas prices have just jumped. So who can afford to go anywhere? Nobody can go anywhere. And if you do go anywhere, then you have to prove that that you're safe and clean, and you know, and then when you come back from your wherever it is that you go, you have to prove that you're safe and clean again. Um, I don't know. I don't know people. I mean, I, like I said, I mean, it's so disheartening, so very very disheartening that we have allowed a brood of vipers to nest in the parliament buildings all across this great nation. Um, and it's so we can the, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms really isn't anything that is of value anymore because nobody upholds it. Everybody expects it and demands it, but the powers that be, you know, whatever. We are the ruling party. We are the governing party, and we're going to do whatever we want. Um, so what's the point of having a constitution or a charter of rights and freedoms? Nobody enforces them because our national police force, as hard as they try to serve and protect, and all the other good things that they do, um, and the Canadian Armed Forces, our own Canadian military, I mean, I'm a veteran, and the thing is neither of those two entities support the Charter of Rights and Freedoms because they do not swear an oath of allegiance to it. Um, the American military swears an oath of allegiance to its constitution, um, and they you know that's what they uphold to. Um, I mean, I guess the apathy and the complacency and the procrastination of those of a lot of us today, in my age group, we went to sleep. We really, because we were told, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll take care of it. We're the government. You know, I think Ronald Reagan said, I think it was Ronald Reagan, but he made a comment. The 11 most evilest words in the world ever spoke were, "I'm here from the government and I'm here to help." I think uh, yeah, no, it's sad, and I'm concerned. Like I said, I'm sick to my stomach. I just thought I'd get on here because I know a lot of other people are concerned. Um, and I wrote a poem about 10 years ago, and I think we were going through another, you know, serious situation. But it was entitled "Whoa Canada," and I couldn't find it. You know how you have those things. Oh yeah, then you can't find it. Uh, but maybe eventually I'll find it and then I will share it. But it was just absolutely it's timely today as it was then, um, because it is about the way things are going on in our country and what we have created or what we have allowed to create. Um, and I don't like for me growing up. I mean, we were never allowed to talk about politics, religions, sex, and money. Well, I don't know about you, but those are pretty. Those are probably four of the most uh, basic things that we need to know about. You know, in our life. Um, in our lives, and for wiser people to teach younger people about politics, religion, sex, and money. Um, so so this is my sweetie, and she needs her attention. Anyways, I just thought I'd get on here and share. Maybe I'll share something that I did right. Um, it's it, it's a little, sort of. Um, uh, well, you'll get it. You'll get it. Um, to all you amazing, wonderful, and beautiful people, we have been at sea the past year, dealing with a tempest that just doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon or soon enough. We seem to be dealing with tides of change. Some people have found safe havens, some have taken to the life rafts, some have been lost. My prayers of peace, courage, and strength, and heartfelt condolences to those who have lost loved ones. Now, for some, it is a time of remembrance, recollection of the one who walked on the water in the midst of the storm and then again calmed the sea and winds, for he is the greatest and largest rescue operation ever. The world ship Jesus Christ is sailing towards all of us. Some are already on board, some are climbing the scrambling net, some are clinging to ropes and life rings, some are in life rafts heading back to the mothership. For those of us who have faith in God through Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior of the world, the great healer, where is our faith? Oh, we have little faith. Why do some of us wear masks and some don't? Why do some of us support false doctrines promulgated by promoters of fear, doubt, and worry? Remember, Jesus called the powers that be a brood of vipers, swallowing a camel and straining out a gnat, forcing others to bear burdens that they themselves do not bear. Remember what Jesus said? What goes into a man doesn't harm him, yet what comes out of him does, for that is from the heart. The brood of vipers continue to spread fear, doubt, and worry through their taxpayer-funded mediums and false witnesses to back up their stats, data, and information. It was stated, you know that those who are regarded as rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise high authority over them. We are warned to be on our guard against the yeast of the rulers, which is hypocrisy. There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. There are now a multitude of organizations that have new facts, new data, and new information made by and corroborated by doctors and scientists that have done their own research, testing at their own expense, that dispute the claims of the evildoers casting spells of fear, doubt, and worry onto the unsuspecting. You see, when we ask for the truth, we will find it. When we seek the truth, when we ask for the truth, we will be given it. When we seek the truth, we will find it. When we knock on the door of truth, it will be opened unto you. It's so important that, that we, I wrote that out just to get some of the things that I was thinking, and it's like, like the doctors and the scientists and the researchers that are, bringing up new data, doing their own research at their own expense. Um, you know, and they're called quacks. Isn't it interesting that when a government or any power entity doesn't like something, they will poo-poo it, saying it's a conspiracy theory, the people are quacks, it's, and all that other nonsense that, they're a heretic, you know, you know, it's false, it's misleading, it's like we're the government, so we know what's best. How's that working for us now? No, again, I mean, there's just so many things that that we're going through, and I know that a lot of us are suffering and hurting, um, and I want us all, just to stay strong. It's this too shall pass. I don't know when, but but it will. I'm praying for Canada, and it's just like we just have to remember that there is one that is in control, um, and when we all come together in love and peace and respect, um, and that doesn't come with any hyphenated agenda. I mean, it's uh, you know what happened to like I can't believe that there are still concerns about racism. I mean, if people think racist thoughts, well, I mean that's that let people think, but when you verbalize it, you're the racist. You are the racist. When you verbalize a race or a creed or whatever, if you have to hyphenate something, that means you're racist. And quit talking, like like nobody is better than anybody else. There's nothing, and people, well, we have to, there have to be reparations. Me and a friend were talking the other day. There are umpteen millions of people living in Canada today that had no part in what happened to 100, 200, 300 years ago. We were not involved. Okay? The thing is, there was one entity that was involved, and it was a religious entity that was involved in all the nonsense that went on back then. You know, the taxpayers are tired of paying for everything. You know, um, the more taxes we pay, the less money we have to spend on our families. The less money we have to spend on our families, the more budgeting we have to, take out, of one thing and put it into another. So we got to take from Peter, pay Paul. We can't purchase quality food. We can't purchase quality products because we import so much from countries that do not have as high of standards of manufacturing as Canadian company in Canada would have. So we started shipping all our jobs overseas, and now we buy back lower quality products, disposable products, and increase our landfills, or we ship it off to a third country or whatever. Um, so I think it's just we have to bring jobs back to Canada. We have to get Canadians back to work, because there's going to be, we have to look after Canada first, Canadians first. The people that served our country and those who helped establish this country need to be taken care of first, not, worrying about what goes on. We have to take care of our own home before we can start sharing the wealth with the rest of with the neighbors. Um, you know, it's so, like I said. I mean, maybe I'm starting to feel better, so maybe just getting it off my chest with you, and out of the pit of my stomach, is helping me. Uh, Again, I mean, this is, I don't have all the answers, but I'm pretty sure that if we all put our heads together, we can straighten this ship out. Um, and again, I pray for health and prosperity, um, and love and peace at this time. And let's just do what we can. When and if we do assemble, let's assemble in peace, um, and just share love and, and wisdom, knowledge and understanding. Uh, and, I mean, despite what the media, like the taxpayer funded media say, the peaceful rally, the freedom rallies have been peaceful. Um, so like I started, just like the haters will come out just to hate. As an example of that, um, I'm now listening to meditational type music, to center myself and just to let go of everything that I have, that goes on in my life. Um, and I listen to Native American meditational music, Celtic meditational music, Tibetan meditational music, and Indian meditational music. So I listen. And I love it all. I mean, it's so enjoyable to listen to. And there are people who hate that stuff. You can either like it or and I can't believe haters will hate. So it doesn't matter if it just. I mean, like, I don't care too much for grunge or rap or anything else, but I don't go on their sites and start hating it. I don't start going through all the music and give it all a thumbs down. If that's the kind of music you like, great. But the thing is don't back. Like, music is what makes the world go around. So just because you don't like something, that's okay. But you don't have to, share your opinion. Just walk away. Just walk away. And everything, uh, but yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling, and but I mean, there's just some thoughts, just some, my concerns, and I've done a lot of journaling. That has helped me, and I will be sharing some stuff as we go forward. Um, but I'm just a dude for the truth. I'm a patriotic Canadian. I you know I got on board about this time last year when I realized, some friends showed me some real facts, that the mainstream media was, and nobody was talking about because it didn't go with the narrative. Um, and these facts were, researched and documented and backed up by other researchers and other doctors. And yet, yeah, it wasn't just, oh, here, let's go with this one today. you know, and like here where I live, it's 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 just it's absolute hypocrisy with they shut down the restaurants to keep you know the wine the wine tasting centers open, you know so like whatever it is, you can't even say the word anymore in your flag. So I mean, so the the entity knows the difference between restaurants and wine tasting centers. Oh, but here's a catch. The reason it's come to light that the reason why the wine tasting centers are allowed to remain open is because the person that implemented the lockdown of the restaurants is a shareholder, is a co-owner of a wine tasting center. I don't know. Like, uh, so I mean, it seems to be a cycle thing. Maybe well, my investments need to grow, so we'll lock that thing down. We'll lock that that competitor down for a while so that I can build up. Like so. Um, Mom and pop operations. And the thing is we have to be careful about not shopping at you know uh, Walmart and Costco's and other big box stores. I mean, yes, I know, but the thing is they employ a lot of people, local people. Um, so we have to be careful. I mean, stop buying on Amazon. Just stop. There, you can start there. Yeah, I know it's convenient, but maybe that's been maybe that's the issue. We've allowed too much convenience in our lives over the last 10, 15, 20 years. You know, I'm pretty sure if we all stopped buying at Amazon, that, and started supporting local businesses, they'd appreciate it. We have to remember, I mean, you know, most of these local businesses are franchised, owned by local people, um, who employ local people. So I think we have to be careful about not, you know, about telling people not to shop at franchisees and big box stores and so on and so forth. There's enough people out of work right now, so um, and I certainly do hope that cooler heads prevail, and that we all sort of can finally come together as one united nation, under God. We really need to get back to being under God. That's just my opinion. You know, it's really gone in the toilet, um, over the last 20, 30, 40 years. Um, like, yeah, anyways, we have to get back to God. We have to get back to loving each other, supporting each other, and encouraging each other. And we have to change the political system. That's where it really has to begin. Um, it hasn't worked. It has never worked since you know, from apparently since the dawn of all time. Um, that politics just don't work because again, in politics it's who you know. Um, but anyways, I'm feeling better, and again, If this has caused you any grief or any frustration or any anger, my apologies. Um, but if it's giving you food for thought, uh, and to contemplate, that's where we have to start thinking again. We have to start thinking again, and moving forward, moving forward. Anyways, again, Jeff, I got my, I love Canada. I mean, I want, like, anyways, ciao for now.